Every single staff member there, because it is such a tight-knit community, interacts with one another, interacts with each student. It's so personalized. It's an extremely personalized learning environment fit for exactly your specific needs and your abilities.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
I would definitely say that because I started off high school, not necessarily on the wrong footing, but just towards not my specific life path, the London School allowed me to sort of recharge and energize there. I was able to take some time for myself, as well as still having an amazing support system from all the staff guiding me on. I was able to get my credits, not in a way where I just have to get this out of the way and then get over with high school. I was involved in what I was learning. I was enjoying every class that I was doing. We would take subjects and apply them to everyday situations. So it was a way easier way for me to understand ideas that in public school I had a hard time grasping. So I would just say the thing that I appreciated the most about the London School was allowing me to find my character and not feel judged. I would definitely say where the school wasn't huge on tests, it was super project based, which is incredible. I love being hands-on, and because I'm such a visual learner, being able to see and actually do something rather than just write and recopy was an amazing learning experience for everyone, I would say. So I think that, and in times where I might have been a little bit heavy stressed, I was so comfortable to go to a teacher and say that, and they allowed me to take some time to myself in a setting that wasn't diminishing the school system. It obviously still had its rules, but I could still reflect and sit and be comfortable and not super stressed. And I was able to take the time for myself when I needed to. I could honestly list many things. I would say the most obvious is just how accepting the London School is and understanding of every child's faults. A lot of people can't learn in the same atmosphere as everyone else, and to some they might sort of feel like outcasts, whereas the London School, that type of person is needed, is wanted. It's the perfect atmosphere for someone who might be a little bit untypical in a public school environment to feel like a regular student, because everyone is sort of just working on their own thing. Not everything is very regulated in the ways where every student has the same routine. Every student needs to learn the same. It's not like that at all. We all learn at a pace that we're comfortable learning with. And although we are still learning similar things, we might be taking the things completely differently just because of how personalized it is for us. I would say the school's personality would be that person that everyone just flows towards, the person that could do no wrong, that is just sort of so comfortable. You feel like you could probably tell the school anything and it wouldn't judge you, or it would just fully accept you. I think the school is just every positive emotion ever, really. I would say from all my peers and friends of the school, not necessarily an outcast vibe, but just the students that are amazing people. They just couldn't flourish in an environment that was overwhelming for them. So at the London School, you would see a lot of perhaps shy people, but at the same time, you have extremely outgoing. And they're all people that you might think not fit in the same category, but when they're put under the microscope in a learning environment, you see that they are awkward and shy when it comes to raising their hand, therefore they can fall behind, or they're too outgoing, so they're not called on enough because everyone just assumes that they have it going on. So I'd say the typical London school student is the atypical student from a public school. Regardless of personality or not, knowing how supportive all the staff are, it almost feels like you're not only letting yourself down, but you're letting them down, because they know how you can achieve and they know how much you can flourish, and they are able to remind you that every single day. And it's not necessarily just positive talk, because they really get to know you as people. So I'd say letting the staff down honestly was my least favorite experience from all of high school, just because I could tell how much they wanted to see me succeed. I would say the number one value is you never need to conform to any sort of standard in order to succeed. That just because you don't fit into a typical group has no meaning whatsoever when it comes to how much you're going to succeed in life, or even your value of what success truly is. Just from day one stepping in, it's a school atmosphere that you would never see, or at least I had never seen before. The teachers give you your space. They're not all in your business, but at the same time, they're doing nothing but trying to push you on to be the better version of yourself, and not in a way that's bringing down the person that you are may be when you started, but rather just saying, we know what you can be, we know what you are going to be. And then they feed off of that and take little interest, and they can build your interest into the studies that you're actually learning, so it becomes something that you want to enjoy and feel good about doing, rather than homework and school and just sort of those like words that have negative connotations to them. It allows you to take stuff into your day-to-day life and feed into that in your education. And I think that really helped me want to learn and be good. I would honestly just say just how understanding and accepting it is, to because I know there it's a pretty basic statement that every teenager feels like they can't fit in. But for a lot of teenagers, that goes not only at school, but into their home life, into their work life. So to have a safe space where you know that there is no fitting in, because there's no regulations, there's no borders, there's nothing for you to cross over. It's just a safe space where you are yourself, and everyone around you is feeding into you just being yourself and wanting you to learn. I originally went into the school kind of thinking like, oh, I'm just going to get my diploma and be done with education. And then I left with an intense curiosity about the world. And I love spending my free time learning because of how I realized I was able to learn at the school. The learning strategies that they use, I had never experienced prior to grade 11 and 12. Absolutely, yeah. Like I mentioned before, when I was in public school, I was just absorbing into the sort of like typical teenage girl socialite. Grades were sort of slipping. And with the school, it allowed me to see through other people's eyes what, because I could see other people were sort of doing the same mistakes that I was doing. And I could see the support system behind them. And it made me reflect on myself, and really sort of just, I was at a standstill for a long time until I went to the school and realized that I am able to flourish and I am able to learn in a way that doesn't have to feel forced, but I can breach off and find all these interesting things to do with certain subjects, because that's what I like learning about. Every single staff member there, because it is such a tight-knit community, interacts with one another, interacts with each student. It's so personalized. It's an extremely personalized learning environment fit for exactly your specific needs and your abilities. And they never want to push you or make you uncomfortable if you're not up to something. And I think that is the exact opposite of any sort of learning situation that I've ever had prior, because say, for instance, I might be struggling with something, I'm just going to be pushed on to get over it and get through it. At the London School, I don't have to be pushed on. I'm going to not necessarily go around it, but find something similar that I could relate with better, learn on that, and then move forward. So I never have to feel like this gross feeling because I can't fully understand something. I would probably say I wish that I had gone to the school younger, to be honest. If I could have avoided my troubled teen years and just started off with such a refreshing, nourishing, caring environment, I really wish I would have. But at the same time, the school was able to give me that learning experience that I also thrived off of. So sort of a switch up situation. Yeah, like in a way, I wish I was still at the school. Like my last years were incredibly fun, learning filled. I came over so many new skills. I gained hobbies that I had never even thought about doing. Not even a lot of knowledge about things, but just I gained an interest of so many more things than I ever had. So compared to when I first started at the school where I just wanted to get my diploma and get out. And then at the end, I have this dying curiosity to just learn everything I can about everything. I would say the three biggest reasons. One, the understanding environment that's a given. There's absolutely zero clickiness in the school. Even if you tried for it to be clicky, we don't even allow, for example, the drama class to go to the theater without the whole school also going to the theater. Everything is just so involved and understanding. The second reason, I would say, if you ever feel too shy to even raise your hand, too shy to outspeak, the school will be the perfect fit for you. We have ways where you could go a full day if you didn't want to speak and still have all your questions answered. And then the third reason I would say for the school is just the ability to see learning in sort of a futuristic way. We were learning about history and Englishes and sciences and maths that, yes, might have happened so and so many years ago and created so and so many years ago, but we were able to apply them with every single day aspects of life. And I think that any other education that I've ever received has never even came close to reaching something like that. And I think that that is just amazing. It really gives you the love for education. I would probably say that once your child gets to the school, he or she or they will have the most calm, warm up environment with gentle care. They can take as much time as they need to settle into their new environment. No one is pressuring them to learn, to get up to date with what other students have been doing in the school. TLS it's just extremely accepting and encouraging of all, just to feel good. And whether that be through school or through education or through hobbies, the school just wants its students to feel good, bottom line. I would probably just say savor it, because I am in now postgraduate and I'm mourning not being back in high school. I really am sad about it. It was an incredible learning experience and an amazing environment that I know probably won't be replicated for me until I find a career choice. So I think that, yeah, just really savor everything.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.